Did you know that you can use NotebookLM to create AI-generated podcasts about any topic? Or maybe you didn't know that you could now use NotebookLM to basically automate a bunch of different busy work that you're probably doing right now that's taking up hours of your life. Well, those two things are absolutely nothing compared to the 7 other hacks I'm going to share with you in this video that you can now do with NotebookLM because it just got a major upgrade by adding Gemini 2.0 to it. These things are going to help you make more helpful content, they're going to help you learn things 100 times faster, and they're going to help you automate a lot of your busy work. So hack number 1 that we're going to be able to do with NotebookLM is we're going to be able to create an AI-generated podcast about any topic. For example, what we're going to do, we're going to come in here, we're going to click Create New. Now, I want to make a podcast about that guy Luigi. You all know who I'm talking about, but I won't give you the details because I don't want YouTube to demonetize this video in any way. So we're going to take this right here. We're going to come over here and we're going to come over here to YouTube URL. We're going to insert this video in here and then we're going to also take this video. Now I've gone through and compiled the longest videos that I could find on this topic and a few articles so that we could feed this into NotebookLM and then we're going to be able to use this to actually create a podcast. So we're going to put this in here. Now we need to take these articles. So we're going to take this one right here. Again, we're going to come into add source. And by the way, you can add up to 50 different sources. So I'm now going to add this in here. We're going to add this website right here and boom. Now what we have is we have a bunch of different sources in here that are now training Google LM on everything that they need to know about our guy Luigi here. And now all we need to do in order to create a podcast right here is move me out of the way. We're going to come in here right here and do deep dive conversation between two hosts. Now we can come in here and we could customize this. For example, things to focus on or specific topics or specific things that we want to be focused on here. So I'm going to type in here, I am creating an AI generated true crime podcast about Luigi and Gion. I want you to outline exactly who he is, what he did, and what his future now holds. We're going to type that in here. We're going to click generate and boom, this is literally going to go through and create an AI generated podcast for us. Now this may take a few minutes to do, but in the meantime, I wanted to tell you about a few opportunities that I think you could do this for. I think that you could do this for any trending news. I think that you can do this for marketing. I think that you could do this for true crime. And this is going to allow you to create an AI generated podcast that you can upload to Apple Podcasts, to Spotify, and you can even use this to create YouTube videos that narrate different things like this and be able to get monetized in a really short period of time. Okay, so this literally took just like 30 seconds to do. And now what we can see here is that there's an actual podcast built right here. So I'm going to turn the sound up and we'll listen to a short preview of it.
All right, so today we're diving into the Luigi Mangione case. Yeah. And wow, this one is a doozy. Yeah. A real roller coaster. We're talking Ivy League, a prominent family, and then an assassination.
Yeah.
Now this is absolutely nuts. This has literally created a conversation between multiple people that I can now upload as a podcast. And again, I can upload it to YouTube, to Spotify, to Apple Podcasts, and so much more. Hack number 2 is I can literally turn NotebookLM into a 24/7 business strategist for myself. And you don't have to do this just for business. You could turn it into a studying or learning coach. You could turn it into a fitness coach. You could turn it into anything that you want. Here's an example. So what I did is I went over to ChatGPT and I went and told ChatGPT I am creating a Google LM session that is going to be an expert on helping me grow my business. Please provide it with as much information as possible based on what you already know about my business. So I can infer from knowing that I'm a YouTuber that talks about growing on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and then I sell one-on-one consulting to that. So that's actually my main job besides me creating this AI-based YouTube content. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this. ChatGPT literally gave me this incredibly long thing that shows me a bunch of stuff that is relevant to my business. I'm going to take this, I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to paste text in here. So I'm going to paste this whole entire thing in here. I'm going to click insert in here. But in addition to that, I am going to then come over here where I have all of my relevant landing pages. So I have my home page and landing page for a few different things. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put links to all of these different websites in here. Now, on top of that, if I wanted to, I could also get a bunch of competitor stuff and I could compile it in here. Now, from here, I can move this out of the way, and this is going to give me a bunch of different things that I could start with in terms of prompts. For example, what are key challenges and how could they be mitigated for scalability? I'm going to go ahead and ask it this, and then what this is going to do is spit me back an answer. And I'm going to use this as a business coach. For example, it's going to tell me about different algorithm changes. It's going to say scaling beyond one-on-one. It's going to say international audience and growth, or time management and burnout, which highlights a bunch of different things here that I'm going to have to deal with within my business. Or I can tell it what different problems I have, and this can actually help me solve my problems. Or I could ask this to build me out a calendar for how I can actually improve my business. For example, I'm going to say, I need a 7-day calendar for how I can improve my business, things I can work on. Now, what this is going to do is going to go through all these different sources here, and this is going to create me a 7-day calendar that I am now going to be able to execute against in order to increase my sales, in order to increase my revenue, and overall to help make my business 100 times better. Now, what this just did right here is literally went through and created a sample 7-day calendar on what I can focus on improving in my business in order to make my business even better. And it is absolutely amazing what this gave me here. And again, I really want to emphasize, you can do this not only for business. If you don't have a business, you can do this for anything that you are doing within your life. If you want to get better with fitness, you want to get better with finances, it can help with any of that and be able to create a blueprint that you can now execute against and actually get the results that you want in 2025. Now, there are still 5 other hacks that I need to show you with NotebookLM, but before we get into them, I need to make sure that you smash that subscribe button. If you want to learn how to use AI tools and the latest and greatest AI tools, you need to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel because I literally upload several videos a week to teach you exactly what AI tools are actually useful today and exactly how to use them, like I'm sharing with you in this video. Also, if you have a question related to NotebookLM or any AI tools, please leave a comment below and I'm going to get back to every single comment. Now, the next thing that I really love to do with NotebookLM is I like to use this to save time. So right here is a 15-minute YouTube video. Instead of me going ahead and watching this 15-minute YouTube video, I'm literally going to come over to NotebookLM. I am then going to click on YouTube. I am going to paste this in here, and then I'm going to get this to summarize this YouTube video for me. So what I'm going to do is say, please summarize this video without leaving out any important details, and then I'm going to say be specific. Now from here, this is going to literally create me an AI summary here. Now I do want to note something else that you're going to find very interesting. You're going to find all of these things right here. For example, I can create a study guide based off of this. I can create a briefing document, an FAQ, or a timeline. But what this just did was just made me this right here that shows me different things that I could do based on this video or exactly what this video is trying to teach me. Now I was able to, in just 30 seconds, read this and get an AI generated summary as opposed to having to waste almost 16 minutes of my life watching this video. Not just videos that you could do this with. Again, we can take this article right here. I can come over to NotebookLM. I'm going to create a new notebook. I'm going to upload this right here, website, boom, and then again, I'm going to ask it to summarize this article for me. So I'm going to say, please summarize this for me. And then again, you can ask it a bunch of different questions, like what drove his actions or what role did his beliefs play? So this actually goes through and you can have an intelligent conversation about the news article that you saw or about the YouTube video that you see without actually having to interact with the people. Now, if you have your own business or you work in a business and want to be able to provide your CEO or your boss with a lot more value, you're really going to love this next hack. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a landing page for a website. I'm going to paste this in right here. And now from here, I'm going to do 2 different things. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create an FAQ based on this. Now what I'm going to do with this FAQ is I'm going to use this on my website, actually. I'm going to paste it at the bottom. So instead of having to answer all these different questions that people ask, I could literally just take this right here. So how does it work? What kind of results can I expect? What if I don't see growth? Is this suitable for all niches? How much time will I need to commit? This literally went through and gave me a bunch of different things that I can put on the website. In addition to that, what I can do is I can ask this how I can actually improve this landing page. So I'm going to do this here. How can I improve this landing page if I want to focus on increasing conversions? And I'm going to put a question mark here. Now from here, this is literally going to go through and this is going to tell me exactly how I can improve my landing page. And similar to what we did before, we can also say something along the lines of please create a 7-day change schedule I can use to actually implement this. And now what this is going to do is it is going to outline for me the exact changes I should make to this website to improve the conversion rate over the next 7 days. Now this is absolutely mind-blowing. In fact, I'm going to make all these changes and I'm going to report back to you guys about how good this actually did and whether or not it increased my conversion rate. But just going off the base of these, focus on the value proposition and call to action, personalization and social proof, objection handling, testimonial refinement, A/B testing setup, monitoring analysis, iteration and improvement. This is absolutely amazing. I cannot believe that it was able to literally just look at my website and give me all of these different exact and tactical changes that I should make. And you need to make sure that you do this if you own a business or if you work for a business, because you're going to be able to provide your boss or your higher up or yourself with some amazing things that you can then own this project, implementing these things, and hopefully make more money. Now, if you feel like you spend so much time doing things that you shouldn't be doing either at work or in your personal life, you're really going to love these next 3 hacks because they're going to completely be a game changer that are going to allow you to automate a lot of your busy work. The next hack is taking a bunch of meetings that you have or a bunch of meeting notes and being able to summarize them all in one easy place. For example, let's say that we had this meeting right here. Now what I can do is I can click download audio only right here. I can come over here, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to come into downloads. I'm going to take this recording, I'm going to add this in here, and this is going to be able to give me a summary of this exact recording. Now what I can do is not just do this with one meeting, but several different meetings, and it is going to be able to spit out different meeting notes for me. For example, I'm going to ask this right here, please give me meeting notes with timestamps for this meeting. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click this right here. Now this is literally going to go through and give me meeting notes, give me timestamps. I can ask it for different follow-up questions, and I can now interact with this meeting after the fact that it's already been done. And again, you could send this out to all your employees, to all your coworkers to make their life incredibly easy. And this makes you look like you're way more organized than you actually are. This literally goes through and just gave me an exact thing that I can send to people. It gave me who I was addressing. It gave me who was talking. This is nuts. In the past, this would have taken hours to do. This literally would have been somebody's job to sit here, take notes on all this, and then have all follow-ups. So what I want to do here is ask this, what are Rob's follow-ups? And again, this is literally going to go through and it is going to tell me everything that I promised to everybody in this meeting. So I need to send Reggie new content ideas for Instagram. I need to send Andrew title and thumbnails ideas for his YouTube video about Theo Vaughn. And I need to send Randy new content ideas for TikTok and Instagram. And this is absolutely nuts that I'm now able to do this simply with AI. Let's say that you wanted to be an expert about something. You could actually have NotebookLM create you a study guide. Now again, you could do this for yourself. You could do this for your employees. You could do this for somebody that you're trying to teach something, like your kids. Or if you're a teacher, you could literally use this in order to create study guides for your students. Here's an example. So what I've done here is I've gone through and compiled a few different resources like a YouTube video and an article about how to use ChatGPT for beginners. Now from here, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click study guide. What this is going to do is in just a few seconds, it is going to create a study guide that I can now use to learn how to use ChatGPT as a beginner. And this is going to teach you how to learn about anything. And I can now take this resource and give it to my team that also needs to learn about how to use ChatGPT. So if we click on this, we can move this right here and I can say convert to source. For example, this is now going to make this thing smarter right here, this Google LM chat, based on this thing that just went through and gave me a complete beginner's guide for ChatGPT. So this gives me an overview, it gives me different key topics, and it even gives me a bunch of different quizzes and an answer key that I can now use, a glossary of terms, and this is incredibly helpful. Let's say that you have a test coming up in school. You can upload everything that you learned into this and create a study guide for it. Let's say that you have a test that you're studying for to get a certification for work. You can do the same exact thing here. Let's say that you have a meeting that you need to be prepared for. You could go through, upload all the materials that you have, boom, get an outline of a study guide with literally all the key topics, a quiz, and you could go through and say, please create a 100-question quiz. Now I'm just going to click right here, and then boom, this is going to go through, and this is going to create me a 100-question quiz based on all the different information that I have here. You have no excuse now for not having a 100% grade average in school. You have no excuse for failing any type of certificate. You have no excuse for not being up to date on everything that is going on in AI news or anything that you care about, because you can literally just upload all your sources here and now be able to have a perfect quiz or a way for you to be able to learn about anything that you could ever possibly be interested in. Final and last thing that NotebookLM can help you with is it can make sure that you actually stay on track with your 2025 goals. Let's say that you read a book and you want to actually implement the things that you learned. NotebookLM can help you with that. Let me show you. Now, my favorite way to actually do this is to get the PDF version of your favorite book, or one of your favorite YouTube tutorials, or your favorite articles, or even your favorite blog posts, and then you can go ahead and you can upload this as a source here. Now from here, basically this tells me that this book outlines Warren Buffett's investment strategies. So I can now interact with this. For example, what are the core investment principles that guided Warren Buffett's success? And this is actually going to go through and actually tell me all of this. And this makes this way more interactive. So instead of just reading a book or watching a YouTube video or reading a blog post or reading an article, you can now interact with that thing and make it actionable. Now I know that everything that I just shared with you is incredibly exciting when it comes to NotebookLM, but Google also released Gemini 2.0 recently, which is exactly why I'd strongly suggest that you check out this video right here that shows you 7 different hacks that you could do with Gemini 2.0 to improve your life. What are you waiting for? I'll see you over there.